Recording has been started now. So we will be discussing about clauses today. So what are like clauses and why, uh, where we actually find them? So clause is nothing but a single entity or a keyword that we use throughout like our basic query structure, throughout in the basic query structure. So there are six main clauses available in SQL, mainly concerned to SQL servers. So first one being select, and second one being from, and third one being where, and the other one or Dubai, and we have Dubai, and we have having. These are the six clauses that we use in our daily life SQL programming. We'll be discussing all of them in detail, and we have another two functions or like another two advanced classes we can say, that is roll up and cube. These two will be pretty new for you guys. We'll be discussing that in detail, and we'll be discussing about union and union all. So these are the things that we are gonna discuss today. This is the agenda for today. Let me go with union and union all first, or let's go with this thing, clauses, as it is like one moment, guys. One of you wants link, it seems. Just a minute. Well, thanks for the help, guys. Okay, let's discuss what are these classes and why we use them. Select is the basic thing that we use to get the details from database objects, which are tables that we know like very clearly. Select is the one to get the details from any object. From this from keyword that we mentioned only for to get any details or like to get any data from a particular object. So we say that for the from, and we define all the conditions to be applied on that particular select that we will define in the where clause. Order by is to order our output data in either of the orders, like ascending or descending. We discussed this like with an example. Ascending will be ASC and descending will be DASC. These are the keywords that we use um, to get our details, like to get our output in orders of ascending or descending. Group by is the one that we use to group our data according like as per columns data. We'll discuss that in detail. And having is the one almost same as where, but we use having clause only on the grouped data. So this is the key difference between where and having. Both are kind of almost the same, but the key difference is that where will be operated on the non-group data or individual records, and having will be operated on the group data. So these are the things we'll see them in executions. So let's go and select our practice session. I don't know which and all the tables available in practice session database. We have plenty of them. I should be cleaning up all these dummy tables. So the first one, select. This is used to like get or select the data from any of the tables. And I forgot to mention one thing. There is one particular like command or the concept called projection as part of DQL. Projection and selection. Selection is the one we use to get all the table data. Say select star from employee. So this particular operation is called selection in DQL. And we have projection. What does this projection actually mean? So this is the one that we use to get particular selective columns. Say, let's say I'm going to modify this only, and so we want only employee ID and name and the country he belonged to. So let's, for that we use IMP ID and EMP name and as well as country. So this way we get only specified number of columns. So whenever you are writing multiple or like multiple queried procedures or big packages, that time these projections will be very much helpful. Uh, just it is just that we save processing time and as well as load on the database servers. So instead of selecting all the details from a particular table or from a particular object, we just select only the required amount of columns. So that's what called a projection. And this is the select that we use for. From is to mention the object where we should be getting from the where we should get the details from, and we'll discuss where. So why where is to mention where is to mention the commands, not the commands. What is it for? Conditions. Yep. So as we discussed in the previous sessions, if we want only selective like rows data, we will be using this particular where command. How we will use that? It goes same till this point, and we mention the condition in following lines or like in the same line as well, but it should be like differentiated with the space, where id is equals to 5. So this particular, sorry, we don't have id, I guess. So it's emp id that we have. as in our table. So this particular select statement with where clause returns only the employee details of employee ID 5. So this is how it gets. And we can use multiple things in this as well. So where employee ID is 5 and let's say we'll try in operator employee ID in 1, 2, 3. This returns all these three employees details. So that's how we can use this. And we can say not in also. So this says whatever the employees whose ID is not 1 or 2 or 3 that gets returned. Said this. So this is how the where will work. And we have auto by, let's say, let's discuss this. So auto by, the main theme on like only theme or what do we say? The only responsibility of the auto by clause is to arrange or sort the data in the result sets. So let's say I have an employee table data, which is of this, but I want this salaries to be sorted or like to be arranged in ascending order or descending order of the salary. So for that, we will be using auto by, say employee order by salary. So this particular statement will give the ordered salary. Say this salary goes to 4,000 to 6,000. It is in the ascending order, by which it means that ascending will be the default sorting option that SSM is going to take. No difference even if we mention ASA. So I'll mention DSA, which is of descending order. Now the difference is that salary of highest salaried employee will be on the top, which is of employee ID 4, and we go further. So this is about order by. And we have group by. What is this group by is? Let's say I want this employee details grouped according to city name or district name or like from the states, however we want. Let's go with an example for that. Employee group by, let's say department. So what it does say, select the employees, grouping them into particular departments. So this has one problem. So whenever we use any of the group by clauses, we should be using aggregate functions within like this particular columns. Let's say sum is one aggregation function, sum of salary, comma department. What this says, so it's going to display the sum of the salaries in each department. This is how it comes. So for every department, it's going to sum up all the salaries and display it here. So let's just cross check this. We have development as 3 employees belong to development. So those 3 employees are like 4, 4, 9, and 6. So total of 40, 19, 14, 90. So that's what we'll get here, 14,090. And here we have this column name as no column name. For this, we discussed that we will be using alias names to change the results as column name. So that we use the keyword called as to change or to give alias names to particular columns or for any of the objects. Let's say sum of salaries. So this is how we'll get it. And what if this is, I don't want in this format, sum underscore of underscore salaries. What if I want in a readable language? Let's say with spaces. Sum space of space salaries. So what actually SQL does is each and every spaced words, like each and every word that can be like treated as either an object or the keyword depending on the previous uh, word that it takes. So in this, some it can be like it will be treated as aggregation function. So as change this color. So for this, what we will be using, so we'll be using the quotations that we use to insert like string values or varchars in specific. So this is how we give it. Now this has come with, sorry, without the underscores, sum of salaries. And you might have noticed one thing. So I did not keep as here at all. It comes with alias only. Same outputs. So this is about the group by. So group by will be using only for like to have group data, group data. And what else do we have? We have having. As I said, having is it like more like where condition on the group data. Having is more like where on group data. So let's say I have this particular statement which displays sum of salary uh, and it says and grouped by with a particular department IDs. So I want this salary to be displayed, and but my constraint is that whosoever salary is more than 4,000, only them should be considered in this particular sum statement. What are we going to do for that? So we'll do same statement, select sum of salaries as sum of salaries and department to show which department it is belong to, and from the employee grouped by departments which are available, and having salary greater than 4,000, as if we wanted like for only guys to be enclosed with the salaries of greater than 4,000. Let's execute this and be noted here. This is the previous output, which has 14,090 for the dev department and 5,000 for staff and 1,590 for test department. Let's execute this one and see what will be our output. what it says. Column employee rate salary is invalid in the having clause because it is not contained in either of the aggregate function or group by class. Let's make it to present in the it's again. Oh, 1 second. Oh, 1 minute, guys. Sorry, guys, it's my mistake. Having should also have the what called the aggregation function. Let's change it to department having some proof salary. Pardon, guys, little confusion here. So group by and having both will work on the aggregate functions and the group data. And so with this condition, let's try for this. So whatever the salaries of the department that are greater than 5,000, that will be displayed in this particular what do you call the particular query. So this is about the having, and we have roll up. Roll up also is like more like group by, but group by only uh, groups data in one dimension. Let's say whatever we define in the group by of the column name, and let's try with roll up that we have. So it just does the grouping in the multiple, like multi-dimension. Like let's say if we have salaries, and that should be like displayed or like grouped together with the call with the department, and we want all the departments combined salary as well. So for that we don't have any other particular option to go with. So my requirement, I'll note it down here. So department wise sum of salary and consolidated salary. I want this all in one place. So I don't have any other option other than